What do all of these words have in common? They're all examples of linguistic borrowing. When we think of borrowing, instinctively we think of loanwords. Loanwords are the most direct and obvious form of linguistic borrowing, but far from the only one. Here, I will break down linguistic borrowing, its many forms, and its use in real-world languages. Starting off with loanwords, this is the process of borrowing an entire word from another language without changing the meaning. English is a loanword-heavy language, with estimates claiming that somewhere around 80% of English words are loanwords. It is important to differentiate loanwords from other phenomena, such as cognates, where a word in multiple different languages shares a common ancestor. These are not loanwords, as the word is not being borrowed from one language to another, but rather develops independently in each language. With this understanding of what loanwords are and what they are not, we can explore a few other forms of linguistic borrowing. Whereas loanwords maintain the morphemic and semantic elements of a word, other forms of borrowing omit one or the other. Calques are an example of when semantic elements are borrowed, but the actual word itself is not. Calques, also called loan translations, are when a language directly translates the elements of a word or phrase from another language and maintains the meaning of the original. Some examples of this include brainwashing, rhinestone, deep state, and even the word loanword. Similar to calques are semantic loans, where a word that adopts a new meaning in one language is then adopted into another, borrowing only the meaning but not the morphology. Some examples of this include the English words mouse for computer mouse and star, meaning celebrity, being directly translated into other languages with this new meaning. On the other hand, when a word borrows the morphology of a word but develops its own meaning, this is called a pseudo-loanword. Possibly the most well-known example of this is in the Japanese concept of wasei-eigo, where English words that do not exist are created by adopting an English word with an entirely different meaning, or by combining two English words to create a new one. The word cunning, from cunning, to mean cheating on a test, and skinship, combining skin and kinship, to mean a relationship where one has physical contact with another, are examples of this. This is not only a concept in Japanese, however, and occurs in many languages around the world. Finally, we have loan blends, which are less common than many other forms of borrowing. These words are created by borrowing one element of a word from another language, then attaching morphology from the borrowing language. Some examples of this include aloha shirt from Hawaiian, beautiful from French, and chai latte from Hindi and Italian. Borrowing is found in every language worldwide, and this universal transfer of language shows just how interconnected language is globally. We even find instances where a borrowed word makes its way through many different languages, adapting and changing as it transfers from group to group. For this reason, I find linguistic borrowing a fascinating look into how languages interact with one another, and how cultures and societies take inspiration from one another, not only in visible ways, but also in language. Thank you for watching.